Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, it is the Radiant Reality birthday sale. Can you believe it? I have been in business now for 8 years. I am so happy, so very, very grateful for each and every one of you and all of your support. And every year, you know I don't do Black Friday or any of that stuff. So basically, if you want to bag yourself a bargain, now is your moment to do so. Every year at this time, I slash my prices so that you can bag yourself a bargain. All right, so go and check those out. There's links in the description. Check out all of my socials and obviously the YouTube community tab, and you'll be able to see just what you're getting and what you are able to get at this moment in time. That will be closing. So if you're watching this on the day that I put it out, the sale will be closing literally tonight. All right, so it's been a 48-hour sale. We've already had 24 hours, so you got literally less than 24 at this point, and yes, so probably about 22 and change. Before we start, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on up, or should I say, you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So. I know, right? I wish I was that awesome to be a Capricorn. For your key to the week, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. Your key to the week this week is the Hermit card, right? So in all of these areas of life, maybe you're coalescing a little bit this week, right? Maybe you're pulling back a little. Interestingly enough, the sun is literally right the way opposite the horizon from you at this moment in time. So it's quite far away. So it's highlighting everyone else in your life as opposed to you. And I think in a lot of ways, this makes sense, right? Because then the Hermit card is giving you time to really assess your life at the moment and ask yourself what is working for you, what is not working for you, and how are you going to move forward. The other thing with the Hermit card, it really is a reminder to release or remove whatever is superfluous from your life. So whatever you're kind of looking at and you're thinking, you know what, this is obsolete, it's time to let it go. This is a really good week in order to do so, right? But before you do that, go within, find out what those things are and get really clear on it on the inside. For your actions and options, you've got the King of Wands, right? So this is, yes, it's about visibility, but it's also about staking your claim, right? So this week, in all areas of your life, it's really about acknowledging what it's taken you to get to where you are, and more importantly, singing your own praises. Sometimes you just have to support your own damn self. Sometimes you have to clap for yourself in order to kind of raise enough awareness for other people to look your way as well. Now, that being said, this is a card of visibility, right? So you've got this with the Hermit card. Well, how do you get visible? Or how do you remain visible when your Hermit card energy is the overarching or overriding energy? Quite simply, you think about where it is that you know you shine, and you really focus on that, and you leave the rest to itself. When it comes to the options that are available to you, there is a chance for you to demonstrate this week, right? Whether this is that you're talking to a boss, whether it is that you are maybe talking to a superior, maybe you're talking to one of your peers or an audience that you have or you've built. This is about you really showing what makes you, you, right? And the other thing is as well, a lot of people don't know this about Capricorn energy, but did you know that a lot of comedians have either a very well-placed Saturn or a very strong Capricorn house in their chart, right? And why? Because comedy, in all fairness and truth, you know, to be really good at comedy, it's all about timing, right? And the planet that rules your sign, Kronos, right? Saturn, the taskmaster, is the lord of time. So if you put that graft and that work in, this is a time for you to really kind of sit back and assess what you've built so far. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Four of Swords. So this is a slow down card, right? This is not a week to talk about sort of your goals and your plans and all the rest of it. It looks like a lot of you aren't doing that anyway. There is a very sort of quiet, reflective energy in these cards, apart from that King of Wands. Bring the fun back, right? Bring the laughter, hold on to all of that. But it looks like a lot of you are very focused on your internal world, and it looks like you're building your longer term plans. You're just not not necessarily talking about them with people outside of your trusted few. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, I think a lot of you, because we're in this effectively the summer holidays now, I think a lot of you are taking this time to really reflect on what you've achieved, to really reflect on how much you've grown, right? And one of the things that sets sort of truly, when we talk about truly successful people, one of the things that truly sets the successful apart from the people that aren't successful is reflection, whether that's self-reflection, reflective practice on your work, etc. That is really how we grow, right? Because that's what shows us what needs to be refined. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, I think this is a lot of you putting a plan into focus, right? So this is kind of you saying, right, in 6 months' time, I'm going to be expecting to get this kind of a pay rise or this kind of, acknowledgement or whatever the case might be. I'm going to keep my head down, and once I'm at that point, then I'm ready to go on to, A, B, or C. So I actually really like this because it looks like a lot of you are just kind of setting your sights on what comes next. It's like you're doing that Capricorn thing, right? You've got your blinkers on. It's like, right, okay, I know where I'm heading now, and I'm just going to head towards it. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is a time to start building the plan. This is a time for you to start really checking the foundations, kicking the tires, as they say, pop the hood, have a little look underneath at your business. This is the time to do that reflective practice, to really look at what is working, what isn't, what new things you might be able to implement for your business, and what direction you need to go in. And what's really interesting about this is it's like, as this is becoming clear to you, right, as the goal and the foundation, etc., is becoming clear to you, it's also becoming you're also becoming acutely aware of what you have achieved in or with your business so far. And it's like from that place, from that standpoint, you now start to understand your own expertise that much more. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this week I think you're literally just taking the rest, right? Taking the rest, sitting still, relaxing, doing all of that good stuff. For your love and relations, you've got the Four of Cups. So there's a little bit of disillusionment with the relationship, and it's quite possible that your partner, so for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, it is possible that there could be some sleepless nights, right? 2 fours represents insomnia. And so maybe there's some sleepless nights over the relationship and, how it's growing, how it's going, how it is or isn't growing or growing. And maybe you're asking yourself, right, is this enough for me, right? If you're in a relationship and everything's actually good between you, it might very well be that your partner is spending time away from home this week, and you feel that absence, right? There's almost like a lonely feeling here around this because of that Hermit card energy. For those of you that are single and looking to mingle, honestly, that King of Wands could come in. There could be a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, a lot of joy, maybe even, like a little bit of a kiss and a cuddle and all of that kind of stuff. But that's about it, right? It's and even then, maybe the interest that comes your way, you're quite sort of standoff about at the moment. Not because you don't like the person, but just because there's a few things that you seem to be really figuring out on a very personal level at this moment in time. For your money and materials, before we get into that, I just want to say, remember that Reydiant Reality sale is still open, but will close tonight as I'm putting this video out. If you want to bag yourself a bargain, this is your moment. You can get those on the link in the description box below. So for your money and materials, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So your main focus right now is the money, the finances, and the resources. But it's not just like, oh, I've got money on my mind. This is you really focused on how to grow, expand, and enhance your earning potential or your financial resources that you have access to at this moment in time. The Queen of Pentacles' main ability is her ability to turn almost nothing into absolutely tons of whatever there is. Now, for those of you, and then another way that this also potentially shows up is a Virgo woman, right? So Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign woman, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, coupled with the Hermit card, Virgo woman, right? A Virgo woman may very well feature for you over the course of this week. And this might be somebody that you have either really good conversations with around money and finances, or somebody who gets you to see that actually you're focusing in the wrong direction. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Queen of Pentacles, especially with the Hermit card, this week you really need to take care of your digestive system. Pay attention to what you're eating. Pay attention to how you feel after certain foods. This is a week where if you really are doing the work of paying attention to how you feel after what you eat, you could really, you won't even need a food sensitivity test. Although if you're going to get one, I would advise you do it this week. You won't need one. If you really stay sort of conscious and present with your body this week, you could gain some really valuable information. When it comes to your home and environment, this is where, quite frankly, it looks like you're getting the paperwork, the knowledge, the information that you need around a living situation, whether you're renting or buying, completely up to you. But whatever your circumstances are, there are developments around your living situation over the course of this week. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.